So, moving microrobots in the human body, this idea is actually not new.
Calls for miniaturizing a submarine with crew and surgical team and injecting it into the carotid artery.
It has been out already in the 60s, as greatly visualized in this famous movie Fantastic Voyage that we are watching right now. Here the crew gets shrinked to be small enough to be injected. Now, where are we today? Are we yet at a stage to swallow the surgeon? Well, we could give it a try. What you can see in my hand is a commercially available camera pull that blinks a little bit. I hope you can see it. And it's FDA approved in 2001 and used to investigate or to examine the gastrointestinal tract. So let's assume this camera pill landed now safely in my stomach and could transmit series of pictures of my interior. It would usually continue now its natural pathway and the doctor could watch it, but he cannot stop it and turn around in certain areas of interest. So we ask us, how can we do that? How can we control a device in the human body? Well, if this would be a magnet with a magnetic north and south pole, and we place a permanent magnet on one side of my body, we have the basic principle of the attraction of opposites. It will align with it and move towards the magnet. To control it back, to control it in one direction, we need two permanent magnets and adapt their position relative to each other. Now, it might be a bit annoying moving these heavy magnets back and forth, so let's exchange them with electromagnets. The magnetic field that they generate increases with the current that goes through them, so we can move the device to the left by increasing the current in one coil. But how can we generate now 3D motion in the stomach? Well, how many coils do we need, and how do we have to control the current through them? The solution comes with physics and math, and let's take this as a proof that we do math. And I show you the result here of the math, which we built a system that consists of 8 electromagnets, and the micro device that we want to steer is placed in the center of these coils, and it can be imaged by the cameras from top and the side. And so, since it consists of 8 electromagnets, we call the system the Octomag. Now here we control a magnetic device now as a proof of concept along a predefined cubic path. You see on the right a top and a side view of the device that we steer, and on the left we visualize the magnetic field. And red means there's a high field, so the object moves towards this direction. Now, how can we apply this technology in the human body? Well, for example, we could target the heart, an organ that requires extreme fine and precise manipulation. And that's exactly for what the newly developed system called the Cardiomag is made for. It has been developed for catheter-based cardiac surgery, and is a product of Aeon Scientific, a spin-off that has been recently founded in our lab. Now, in most cardiac surgery, catheter is inserted via the femoral artery and guided up to the heart. Now, with the Cardiomag and a magnetic catheter tip, the tip can be steered extremely sensitive and with full dexterity. You can use a joystick, and this reminds a little bit on using a flight simulator. Well, here with the task to perform delicate cardiac surgical tasks at the heart. Here you see the system as it is in real, and a recording of a magnetic catheter tip that is steered with the Cardiomag, and here imaged with an X-ray fluoroscope. Now, as this product is going towards market, the journey in the lab continues. We want to guide surgical micro-tools in areas of the body that are hard to access. The next target we chose is the eye. Also here, extreme precision is required. And moreover, in common eye surgery, where laser technologies cannot be applied, still, until today, fairly large surgical tools have to be inserted into your eye. Therefore, the viscous gel in your eye has to be taken out. So this is a rather traumatic intervention. And this is our vision of eye surgery in future. We want to inject a surgical microrobot, and guided with our electromagnetic system. It can be imaged by a light microscope and transmitted on the screen, and then we can translate it and turn it and guide it, for example, to the retina to deliver a drug or perform other surgical tasks. And here you can see the first prototype that has been developed for this task, called the Octomag. You see on the right one of the first devices we are right now testing for these to perform these surgical tasks, and they just fit right now a syringe tip as commonly used in eye surgery. So it's pretty small, as you can see compared to on the finger. And here we control now, in an artificial eye, a magnetic device very reliably along a vein. And you see now it will enlarge, and which means it's going out of focus, it's moving towards us, demonstrating the full 3D motion control. Now what comes next? Wouldn't it be great if we could go even smaller and deliver drugs at a cellular level? Well, for this purpose, we have to make the robots 1,000 times smaller. And believe me, physics is not on our side. Magnetic forces drop with the volume and viscous drag forces increase. It's getting much harder to move. So let's have a look in nature. How do small microorganisms move? So there are some bacteria, they have a helical tail, and with that they can propel them through fluids. Now, in our lab, an artificial bacterial flagella has been created. It has a magnetic head and a helical tail. Now, when you apply a rotating magnetic field, it can propel itself through a fluid very efficiently. And here you see the first prototype at the scale of a red blood cell. And with a new fabrication technique that can be already now created to thousands, there will still pass some time to FDA approval, but they already got an entry in the Guinness Book of World Records for the smallest medical device. And yes, they do swim, as you can see here, in a synchronized fashion. This is about double the speed because I have to finish. Thank you very much for your attention. And you are more than welcome to join our setup that we brought for you to get an idea of the 3D magnetic manipulation. So please come in a break. And thank you very much.